Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I am live. It is 3:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Bitcoin has decided to take a break. And there's some really cool news, man. There really is some good news. I'm gonna wait a little bit. This is big, next level. This is good. Yeah, it's a happier day than it was yesterday. I will say that. Greetings from Scotland. Well, welcome. Not a big thing. Don't overreact. Oh, we've got an ADA hater already. That's funny. Hey, Crow, good to see you too. Wojtek. Charles Hoskinson is Bill Gates' much younger brother. Well, I doubt that because I think Bill Gates wants to depopulate the world. But, oh, I shouldn't even say that because the angry gods might not like my opinion and like delete me. I don't know. I'm kidding. Bill Gates is a fine, upstanding individual. I actually did watch a documentary about Bill Gates talking about like the sewage systems in Africa and how him and his wife were doing a lot of stuff. I mean, he's obviously a very smart man, very wealthy man, but I don't really necessarily trust him personally. Power, absolute power corrupts absolutely. I just don't know when you get that kind of money and you become a part of so many circles in powerful positions. I just don't know how I don't know how the mortal human mind handles that kind of environment. That's all I'm saying. Not a hater, but a realist. Listen, I think this is really big stuff. There's a lot of good stuff. Bill, glad you're here today to keep us informed. Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here. Hello, Mr. Cardano. Scotland here too. I love Scotland. I love the accent, and you know what I really love? I love like Scottish and Celtic like music. I just love it. There's something about it. I don't think she's either, but I used to love listening to like Lorena McKennitt back in the day, back in my emo days. But anyway, Bitcoin basically hit almost $24,000 and last night, and I told my wife, I'm like, this is great, heavy momentum. We broke 20,000, but I'm like, it's gonna come back. I mean, there's gonna be a correction any minute. And I was watching it last night. I finally went to bed, and I'm like, okay, so what did it dump to? And it of course went down. I turn corrupt if I get management keys at McDonald's. That's kind of funny. So you know what? CryptoFace is in chat. CryptoFace, what do you think is going to happen? How far are we going to go down? Are we going to hit this EMA at around 22,000 and then start going back up? What do you think? Let me know in chat since you're here. CryptoFace sleeps less than I think any human being, including myself. And I don't know how the man just stays awake and stares at this stuff all day and all night. He says he doesn't, but he's always online and he's always messing around on the interwebs doing this stuff. Crow, you are the face of Cardano. I really, truly appreciate that. I truly do. That actually kind of hit me in the feels a little bit because I like to think I am. And I know that there are ambassadors. I was offered an ambassador thing and I was looking at it and I'm like, it's just not worth it. I would rather just do what I do, accumulate, just do my thing and not even worry about being like an ambassador. It just, to me, the ambassadorship just feels like kind of like a commercial, what do they call a bounty hunter type thing? That's kind of how it felt to me. It's like, I'm not here to be a bounty hunter. I'm not trying to get 50 Cardano for a video and that kind of, it's like, whatever, man. It's just not even worth the trouble of like having to file it and submit it and go through all the processes. It's like, screw all that. I'm doing what I do because I love the project. But anyway, how low will we go? I don't know, but I could see us maybe we might bounce. I know we broke right through this EMA. So, and that's just the 13 and 34 over here. So, but there's a pretty nice spread, but you can see during this dip that they're tightening up. But listen, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. If you're not trading it and you're just holding it, look, it's going up. We've got a very, very, very solid spike and it's going to continue going up more. I would love to see a $200,000 Bitcoin, but who knows? I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. ADA 1K. No, that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I could see it maybe hitting $10 at some point, briefly even. Some people are saying $20 ADA, $40 ADA. I think that's reaching. Anything is possible, and with the adoption and the partnerships and everything, they just keep coming. Boom, boom, boom. So, and you know I'm going to tell you about it. Coinbase prepares to launch initial public offering. This is actually a pretty big deal, folks, even though some of you may not like or whatever Coinbase. The exchange has submitted Form S-1 to the SEC, which means the company will likely go public soon. You know, okay, so this means that the exchange is preparing to launch an IPO. This is initial public offering. IPOs are uncommon in the blockchain industry, but not entirely unheard of, especially among mining companies. Coinbase has confidentially, not so much apparently, filed a Form S-1 with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which suggests the firm is preparing to sell a publicly traded stock via an IPO. So it doesn't look like there's that much news about it. It's all just kind of like, okay, cool, they filed this. What I'd like to know is like its initial launch price. Is it going to be an auction? Like, how are they going to do it? Coinbase is not the first blockchain company to run in a public offering. So far, the fundraising strategy has mainly been popular with mining firms such as Canon and Marathon. However, a number of other crypto companies are considering the fundraising strategy, most notably the crypto settlements company Ripple. Very interesting how, you know, like I'm pretty sure Coinbase never did any kind of ICO or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I don't remember anything about that. And if it happened, it probably happened before I even got into the space. Regardless, IPOs are far less common than initial coin offerings in the blockchain sector. Though traditional IPOs may work for some companies, the approach is far from widespread. Now, the thing of it is to have an IPO, and this is one of the things that separates like the big companies from the ideas. ICOs are generally they've been rather up to recently, like basically initial coin offerings are like an IPO, but you can launch an ICO based off of an idea, a white paper. This is what we want to achieve. This is the team that we put together to achieve it, but there's really no guarantee whatsoever we're going to succeed. Even though a lot of people want to think like, oh, I invested in this ICO, it's going to get me a 50x return, 100x return, that sort of thing. That's why the team has been so important, because generally the better the team, the better the chances of that team reaching their goal and finding success and so forth and so on. An IPO is a very different animal altogether. Generally speaking, an IPO, you're not even able to get access to. Well, typically what happens is you have a company that does a private sale, right? I think that's like maybe a Regulation A or something like that, Reg A. And the private sale is generally where the insiders get into it, the venture capitalists, the private investors, the accredited investors. You know, let's say an IPO is preparing to launch and say, oh, well, we're going to sell our initial stock for $20 a share. And like the private sale prior to that IPO, you might be getting those at like 10 or 15 cents, right? So it's like those, the big wigs, the ventures capitalists, the accredited investors that have a big bunch of money they're going to throw at this thing early on. ICOs are more in line with like a private sale to an IPO than anything else. But what made ICOs so popular is that anybody could get into it at any time, right? So that's, and because of that, there was so much retail money going into these ICOs that people were seeing extreme gains at the height of the market. You still see a lot of that stuff with a really good IPO. If you can get in at the very early stages of an IPO, generally you could do very, very well on the traditional stock market. Like when I was into traditional stocks, I was always researching IPOs. That's why when I discovered ICOs in crypto, I was like, holy cow, this changes the game. That's one of the reasons I got so into it, because of the potential, and the potential is still there. We're going to see a lot of companies that had ICOs in 2017 and 2018 start to really move forward, and you know, the cream is going to continue rising to the top, and we're going to see those market caps grow. But in the meantime, if you're a traditional investor and you're looking to get into something, an IPO, otherwise, this might be something worth looking into. I will try to keep up with this because I'm curious to see what their IPO price is going to be and how it's going to be structured, because they do it in different ways. The other thing about an IPO is generally a company has to already launch, show success, show profitability, and have a decent amount of funds available just to cover all of the legal, all of the gobbledygook and crap that's associated with having an initial public offering. So generally speaking, companies that only have the resources to do that, which ultimately means, or not always, but sometimes means, we found some success already as a company, we want to launch public shares and generate more capital. But I think Coinbase going public is going to be a really big deal. I do. And if I were to get back into the traditional markets at all, I would probably throw a little bit at Coinbase personally. That's just my own personal opinion, though. Don't take it's not financial advice. I'm just an idiot on the internet sharing my opinion. Stellar Development Foundation invests $3 million in Settle Network. Investment to support the Settle Network product growth for stablecoin exchange. Yeah, I feel like in order to really understand some of what I cover from video to video, you have to watch every one, because I talk about one things, what I see coming, what I see happening in the future, and then I find articles that support a lot of that stuff. Stellar Lumens. Today, the Stellar Development Foundation announced a strategic investment in Settle Network, a digital asset settlement network across LATAM for exchange and cross-border payments. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I wish I had the time to do these really deep dives into all of this stuff and connect a whole bunch of dots. And maybe someday in the future I will. Once I'm just sitting comfortable and I only have to worry about like how much time I spend researching stuff for videos. But I would love to there's so much stuff I'd love to do, and the content would be so amazing if I just had time. The investment of up to $3 million paid in lumens will help bolster Settle's current suite of payment tools centered around stablecoins, fiat to crypto on-ramps for B2C, business to customer, and business to business users, stablecoin issuance and marketplace, stablecoin payment processing, and merchant gateway. Settle Network is delivering on the vision and mission of Stellar, putting blockchain technology and access to finance into the hands of people that need it, said Donnell Dixon, CEO of Executive Director of SDF. With this shared mission driving us, our investment represents the tremendous success of Settle to date in serving LATAM communities and its potential to make stablecoin technology accessible and useful globally. So I'm telling you guys, there's more to this. There's something to this. With an increasing demand for stablecoins as seen by the total supply of stablecoins doubling in Q3 of 2020, Settle Network is positioned to leap in step with this growing market, bolstered by the recent launch of the world's first stablecoin exchange, StableX. In addition, Settle has developed a strong foothold in Latin America via its fiat to crypto capabilities, including its home country of Argentina, which is the third largest LATAM market, a population of 44.5 million, and where most wealth is still held in physical paper. That's StableX. I really think that Stellar Lumens is starting to really establish roots in the stablecoin market. Why is the question. And does it have anything to do with the IMF meetings and the, you know, let me put it to you this way. We all know at this point that the CEO of Stellar and they basically have had a presence at these IMF forums and so forth. And now we're starting to see $3 million investment into the Settle network, and like they're basically looking to further establish themselves as a stable coin facilitator in some way, shape, or form. And I know that the technology associated with the development of Stellar Lumens is such that from a financial perspective, it works and it does well for people. I know that Turnio was initially developed on the Stellar Lumens blockchain because of these reasons. And that's one of the things that I feel I get to better understand some about what's going on, because I do have a lot of discussions with CEOs of a lot of these big companies and understand why they went this route versus that route and how this is working versus that and so forth. I think Stellar Lumens is going to see some pretty significant growth at the height of this market. I really, really do. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's all just personal opinion, but I really think that they're building something here, and I think it's with a lot more reason than may otherwise meet the eye. Real quick, Bitcoin bull market pulls Kasama, Decred, and Qtum. Prices higher. Did I not just say this was coming for Qtum? Did I not just say that this was coming for Qtum? It's just another one of those projects that doesn't get a lot of attention. A lot of people haven't been talking about it as much, but it's every one of these projects that are still working it's going to have its day. Decentralized finance has made serious inroads in 2020, and Qtum's DeFi ambitions received a boost when it launched its own DEX called KeySwap a few days. Okay, KeySwap allows users to build DeFi applications and provide liquidity on top of the Qtum blockchain. Qtum also aims to address the common issue of lagging transactions and high fees on decentralized blockchain platforms. The Qtum Improvement Proposal 26 plans to reduce block spacing to provide faster transactions. Qtum's going to see some growth, folks. Don't think Qtum is going anywhere. If buyers push the price above the $3.66 to $3.28 overhead resistance zone, the Qtum USD pair could pick up momentum and rally to $3.77 and then to $4. Listen, we're still in such early stages of this bull market. What's coming is coming, and a lot of these projects, of course, I'm going to be covering a lot of this stuff. And I always try to keep my ears to the grindstone. But real quick, before we get into that, make sure you check out crowtrader.com and download the free version. Well, it's all the same version, but the download version it has an evaluation mode. So basically, all of the functionality of the bot is unlocked and available to you. Back testing, paper trading, all the strategies, everything. You can use it for free right now. Download it, and when you feel comfortable with it, then all you do is you come back to the site, you buy your license, you plug it in, and away you go. Live trading is now unlocked. So make sure you check it out, because like this is mine right now. Now this is showing me P&L for the week is 95 because it has been a week now. So everything from before that week starts to drop off, right? Like the profit's still there, but the trades and things start to drop off. But yeah, everything is doing. I mean, it's rocking it. I mean, it's doing very well. So I've been very, very pleased. The dollar cost averaging functionality has completely changed this bot, and we are officially working on integrating Binance.us right now. So right now it works on Binance and Coinbase Pro. Very soon Binance US, and then we'll make an announcement for the fourth exchange as soon as we get those details finalized. But that's coming. So check it out, download it, play with it, learn it. I'm telling you, there isn't a bot out there that I've seen that's easier to use and with all of the power that you can become a power trader with this thing, because you can really make some changes to the strategies if you so well wanted. So Wolfram Alpha Team teams up with Cardano to build avant-garde oracles. Crow ADA on Trust Swap, mind blown. This vaporware is doing pretty dang on well, isn't it, folks? Cardano is the next blockchain to integrate with the world's largest answer engine in 2021. Siri, buy me a cheeseburger with my ADA, please. Yes, Crow. Immediately. Cheeseburger on the way, Crow. Wolfram Alpha, a major computational knowledge engine providing technology for major services such as Apple's Siri Assistant, is integrating data from the Cardano blockchain. I'm telling you, folks, I don't care if you don't think this is some of the biggest, coolest shit ever, but I think it is. According to a Thursday announcement, Wolfram Blockchain Labs, or WBL, a subsidiary of Wolfram Research, has partnered with Charles Hoskinson founded tech company IOHK. As part of the partnership, WBL will integrate Cardano's blockchain data into Wolfram Alpha, allowing developers to integrate external data into Cardano's smart contracts. The new partnership will specifically address work on the so-called avant-garde oracles, which the companies believe are a necessary component to build advanced smart contracts. Not just smart contracts, not just the old if this then that bullshit. That's Ethereum. These guys are trying to build advanced smart contracts with metadata associated with the tokens, a global power. I'm being a little over dramatic, I know. I just love every time something new comes out with Cardano. I even sent Charles a message. I'm like, Charles, give me something to announce. I want something exclusive, damn it. I want something that I can break to the world and share the love of Cardano in a way that nobody else can. I'm tired of dealing with all the ex-girlfriends. I'm tired of Cointelegraph picking up all the news first. I want to break something. Damn it, it's almost Christmas. Give me a Christmas present, Charles. Wolfram's computational technology and knowledge base were previously integrated with major blockchain platforms, including the Bitcoin blockchain and the Ethereum network. Other integrated platforms include the ARC blockchain framework and Bloxburg, a major blockchain initiative led by the Max Planck Society. Additionally, IOHK will be working closely with WBL to develop smart contract-based applications as part of a wider mission of enabling blockchain-based commerce and business model transformation. Following the partnership, WBL also plans to include some Cardano-specific content in its course material, allowing developers to learn how best to use Wolfram tools and oracles for Cardano. Wolfram Alpha is a natural language processing tool and provider to Apple's Siri and Alexa intelligent assistants. Folks, do you get this? Developed by Wolfram Research, Wolfram Alpha acts as the so-called answer engine, providing answers to factual queries directly by computing the answer from structured data. This is a whole other level of use case. And if you don't know, companies big and small will rely on Wolfram. 3M, AMD, Apple, Boeing, Bosch, Canon, GE, IBM. It just goes on. Microsoft, Los Alamos, Los Alamos National Laboratory. They might have UFOs that they're going to try and integrate Cardano's blockchain into. I'm totally kidding. But anyway, listen, this is crazy. Mitsubishi, NASA, Nike. I just want to drop the mic and hit end stream because, like, at this point, what the hell else can you say? Cheeseburger. Wow, cool stuff. We get steak 25 Big Mac meals a month. This is absolutely huge news. Who needs Chainlink? Crow is hyped AF. Share your bits. Yeah, you know, I am hyped. I'm hyped because, you know, there's a lot of different news and stuff that comes out here and there, and it's all cool. But, you know, realistically, it's kind of like, okay, cool. It's an update. It's something to talk about. It's all right. But yeah, this is just something that kind of breaks my own personal, it's like, you know, you when you've seen it all and you're kind of like, all right, cool. It's just something else to talk about for a new video for the algorithm. And then sometimes you see something, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Okay. And for those of you that don't yet, you need to follow me on SoMe social media. Because my friends are growing, things are growing. There's so much big stuff coming with SoMe, and I'm not even kidding. I am going to be soon announcing something related to SoMe, and I will also tell you that I am actively working on connecting these guys with some of my favorite crypto projects to increase a huge variety of use cases for this platform. Okay. Well, I'll just tell you, I've agreed to become an advisor for SoMe. Which all of you guys know, I have been offered anywhere from $100,000 cash in a bag. I've been offered $100,000 in Bitcoin. I've even been offered $1 million in a particular crypto for a project, and I've turned them all down. I have agreed to become an advisor for SoMe, and they have not done anything but help my profile a little bit. And then they might be throwing up some banner ads for me for Crow Trader, but that's not even, because that's not part of any agreement. They're just doing it because I asked, like, when can I advertise? I want to advertise. Like, we don't have that in the system yet, and I'm like, well, what about a static ad? Like, throw me a bone. I want to start promoting Crow Trader because it's really rocking it. And I know that they're working on my little cartoon image and all that stuff, so I'll be more than happy to share that once that goes live. But just to let you guys know, because nobody's told me I can't, I am actively working on connecting SoMe with Cardano, okay, Utrust, and Celsius Network. And I've been active in these attempts. I've talked to everybody. I can't say at what points in any conversation or whatever. All I can say is that I am working on trying to bring all of the use case, all of the everything that these blockchain projects have, and I want to bring it all into SoMe. And so I'm making these connections, and I'm hoping that all of it works out very, very well. And when anything above and beyond that becomes public, I will let you know. But, a lot of people don't seem to understand. I am not just some guy on YouTube. I am a business developer. I am an entrepreneur. I have a lot of relationships. I have proven to so many that I have a lot of integrity in the space. And quite honestly, I am one of the most honest sons of bitches in crypto. I mean, I believe very much in karma. I believe very much that what you put out, you get back. And cryptocurrency has been so good to me. Even during the bear market, it's still been good to me. And I am always looking for ways to try and give back. And a part of the ways that I do that, it's like I have my followers, my fans, the people that support me, and there are a lot of things that I still want to accomplish for a lot of these folks. And then I have the businesses and these different groups who have shown their support in a lot of ways. And I'm actively working all the time. When I say I'm busy, I'm not just busy. Well, lately I have been kind of busy playing Cyberpunk. I will say that. But outside of that, I am actively busy on building these relationships so that I can bring some of the most prominent use cases together so that we can all benefit. And it's something that, even down to my influencer group, I started a private invite only influencer group on Telegram 2 years ago, and I have like 160, 170 of the biggest YouTubers out there, and I try to bring them together, and I call it like the hotel in John Wick. It's like, it doesn't matter who you like, who you don't like, everything is safe here. Everybody is safe here. There's no arguing or bickering or hate or any of that. Doesn't matter. We're all here to support one another. And as we go in and we get closer, sorry, I don't know why this is kind of hitting me weird. It's been a really rough year. We've all been extremely stressed out, but there's a lot of good coming. And I believe that if you actively work to try and take care of those who take care of you, everything will work out. And it's been a struggle for all of us. We've watched Bitcoin rise and slam. We've watched the altcoin market almost vanish. And I believe that if you stay true to your belief in what we're building here, it will all work out one way or another. And as we move closer to Christmas, all I ask is we all just work that much harder on working together and trying to benefit each other and try to slam each other down instead of constantly trying to use your feet to keep those around you beneath you. Because the way we should rise up is by rising everyone around us with us, because those are the people that act as the support as we grow higher and bigger, if that makes sense. So with that said, as we move into January and we get closer and closer to starting a new year, let's start this new year in a state of unity, because there is going to be a lot hitting us in the face in 2021 as well. And it's through unity that we're going to be able to stand, fight, defend, and protect that which we hold very, very dear. And on that note, I will see you guys soon. Have a great afternoon. I'm about to take my family to dinner because I truly need a break. I love you guys all very much. I really, I just appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to 2021 and putting this terrible year behind us. Thanks for joining me.